really appealing to me. I like this idea. I love collaborative storytelling. Now, what about a West Marches campaign? This has been in my mind for a while. I just have recently found out over the last few months about a West Marches style campaign. And I'm really fascinated by it because it means, well, what the heck is this West Marches campaign anyway? Let me start from there and then I'll tell you why I think it's cool. So a West Marches campaign, the way I understand it is this. It's sort of an open world sandbox style game, which means that you can kind of do anything you want and go anywhere you want. There's no storyline, there's no thread that you're supposed to follow from the beginning to the end, as it were. However, there are plenty of story hooks. And usually the way, from what I understand, the way a West Marches game goes is that you start with a very basic map. Maybe it's got a town or a small city, and it has a little bit of the surrounding area. And what you do is, this is a great game for a big group where you have lots of DMs and players in that all enjoy playing together, but maybe different schedules or something like this. And so the DMs that are going to run can pick a handful of different hooks, and then the players organize who's going to play and when and what they want to try to do. So try to sum this up in a very small way. Let's say this. Let's say you start with a city. Let's call it Tulane. Totally off the blue. There's a town of Tulane, and around the town of Tulane, there are some ancient elven ruins. There's a dark forest, and there is the marsh that is supposedly haunted. Now, you have three areas that any DM could say, okay, I've got an idea for this, and players might be interested in finding or exploring. Then, what they do is, the players organize themselves and say, hey, we've got a group we want to play tonight or this weekend or whatever it is, and we want to go explore the elven ruins. And one of the DMs says, okay, I've got an idea for the elven ruins and I'm available that day. And then they run their campaign, it's usually more like a one-shot. So they run their one-shot to the elven ruins. And in the elven ruins, maybe they can clear it out, but maybe not. Maybe there's a few things that are just either too tricky for them to figure out, or they need other pieces. Maybe they discover there's a door and they don't have the key. And so now there's a bigger quest, because when they go back to town, when they go back to Tulane, they decide, they talk to the other adventurers and say, we found this door and we got some adventure, we got some loot. Now we need to go figure out we need to get the key for this door to this elven ruin. And so now there's another plot hook. And at some other time, another group or the same group could go back to that elven ruin and try to figure out how to get in that door. That's just that's totally random. That's just generated for you in this moment as an idea of what a West Marches campaign might look like. And what happens is, as the different groups of adventurers go out into the world, they go out, they come back, they go out, they come back, and the world expands. And so you have this collaborative expansion of the lore, of the locations, of the adventures, and it's growing in this really fun, organic way between the DMs, the players, and so forth. This is really appealing to me. I like this idea. I love collaborative storytelling, and this feels like it could be a great system to use when you want to get together a bunch of different people that have totally crazy schedules. That seems really fortunate and functional, and I dig that. And as a player, it's appealing to me too, because it would give me the opportunity to maybe run an adventure here and there, and it would also give me as a DM, and then it would also give me the opportunity to go and explore. If I hear one of the other DMs has a great idea for a quest that sounds interesting, I won't know any of the details of that quest, because it's another DM's baby. It's another DM's, creation. Even though it exists within the story arc and the story, let's say, world of this campaign we're all creating together, I don't know the details of that area of the map. And I'm using the word map intentionally and broadly. And so as you go out, you broaden the map. And this just sounds like such a fun idea to me. I'm talking with one person, maybe a few people, that maybe I might start contributing and collaborating with this idea in the future. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you know more. And if you've got experience with West March's campaign, that whatever you can share with me would be hugely helpful. Please comment on this video. No, I know the concept and I have an idea in my head about what it might look like, and I'd really like to see what some other ideas from other people are. So share that with me on this video, and then tomorrow I'll share my thoughts and reactions with you about that, and maybe we'll talk about something else. In the meantime, keep rolling 20s, and I'll see you at a table someday. It's your game, of course. Play your way.